Yes, that's fine. Okay, hello from the other side. Sorry, Adele. I'd like to start with a little story. So in 1984, Apple launched the original Macintosh 128K. And 4 decades later, the iMac Pro has over 10 million times the processing power of that original Mac. But it only has about 10 times the screen area, and you still use it by clicking around inside a little rectangle. So this incredible divergence between how fast our computers have gotten and how little they've evolved in terms of basic interaction paradigm means that when we try to use our computers to generate new ideas or solve problems or invent new things, the constraint usually isn't the computer itself anymore. The problem is us, our brain and body's limited ability to make sense of information that appears and then disappears in little glowing boxes. In 2012, Oculus proved to the world that the smartphone industry had accidentally invented all the missing pieces for consumer virtual reality, which is like a decades-old dream among computer people. And 10 years and tens of billions of dollars of investment later, spatial computing is poised to be the next major paradigm in how we use our computers. The problem is, I have yet to see one really compelling vision for what we're going to do with all the space that spatial computing gives us, except for maybe something you'll see today. So a lot of early VR applications leaned into 3D content and simulation for use cases in like gaming, training, entertainment. You've seen these, right? And they've proven to be unlikely to be the keys that will unlock really mainstream demand and adoption for this technology. Softspace is taking a different approach. We believe that the transformative potential of spatial computing will be in the way that it can radically improve the way that you work with your existing 2D content. And let me just show you what I mean by that. So, Softspace is an immersive 3D workspace where you create, organize, make sense of all the same kinds of content you already work with in your creative and knowledge workflows. Each of these workspaces is really interpretable as a collection of markdown files, text, PDFs, web URLs. And that lets us do things like easily bring content from our other services into and out of our Softspace. I just have some images here that I will like to import because I'll talk about them in a second. Oh, wait, sorry. Talk about that in a second. And while we let those load in, I'll just point out that while we're working with the same kinds of files that we work on a laptop, obviously the interface is completely different. You may have seen some other VR applications out there, productivity tools, that give you a virtual window or a virtual desktop. I found these underwhelming. So we spent a ton of energy and experimentation on figuring out what the best way to use AR for productivity is. Between February and October of this year, we built and shipped 5 prototypes that experimented with different use cases, different interaction models, different data architectures. And we also published these on Twitter and Substack, which led to a pretty good following. We bundled this learning into a design document, and just last Wednesday, we built and submitted the first MVP of Softspace to Meta's App Lab testing channel, so we can start learning from a much wider range of test users. And I really believe that this combination of deep interoperability with your existing workflows and innovative, natively spatial UI is the secret sauce that's going to make Softspace the first killer app for spatial computing. The most excited early adopters that we've had come on are architects, researchers, even a spacesuit designer who works with the European Space Agency. These are people who are working at the very forefront of what we're able to think and make. And they need tools that can fully engage their full range of powers of interaction, perception, reasoning, and memory in a way that even our slickest 2D apps seem not to. Often they're working with analog media, paper, ink, and expressing their ideas and developing them that way. Our mission is to give these people a way to work with the full shape of their ideas, which may look something like this. There we go, okay. So, the full shape of their ideas. And anytime you see a wall covered in images or a table covered with sketches, what you're seeing is a situation where the best existing conventional digital tools are just not good enough, and a moment where something like Softspace may be needed. So if you would like to see a glimpse of the future for yourself, come find me after the presentations, and I'd love to give you a demo. Thank you.